Yo, what's going on, guys? I want to show you what Evelynn can do with Boots of Lucidity. I've been tinkering a lot with them lately, and I've been having overall really good results. I think the best time to take them is when you have at least one lane that you're super confident in ganking. So if that's something like a Blitzcrank Draven or an Ahri mid into Neeko in this case, then I think it's a really great option. Why? Lucidities are cheaper than going Sorceries by 150. Plus, they give you a lot of really useful ability haste for your summoner spells and your abilities, which will make it easier to come back and gank with your R or repeat gank with your W, since your W is on a long cooldown as well. Double dipping on Evelynn. A lot of times you go in with your W, you burn a flash, and you come back again when your W is up. Personally, I think Sorc Shoes are super overrated. Most junglers and top laners and lots of roles rush Lucidity boots because they're just super strong. They give value no matter what. If you build Mercury treads and the enemy team has some AD champs, they don't help you that much against that. If you build plated steel caps and the enemy team has magic damage champs, then that's not helping you. But Lucidities, no matter what, you're getting the value out of the ability haste and the summoner spell ability haste as well. Back in my day, we called it cooldown reduction, but this season, it's ability haste. I opted to go leashless this game because I didn't want the enemy jungler to know where I started. Plus, I had an Urgot and a Wukong match up top, super volatile. Urgot needs to get there early if possible, and I also had a Kalista Taric bot lane. So both my side laners really need to get to their lane as soon as possible. It gives them a huge advantage. So I decided we'll start leashless. This will generally tack on an extra 15 seconds if you solo start on a non-buff like Raptors. So we finished our clear around 2:30. The whole point of this clear, once again, is to start easily by yourself, safely, and then you can path back into your Raptors and Golems as you cross through mid. So you can usually get level 6 pretty fast with this clear route. I wouldn't normally, once again, I wouldn't do this every game. It's just in this particular game, since our side lanes got a big advantage out of it. We see that Diana is top lane. She's overplayed for that gank pretty hard, in my opinion. So it gives us a lot of knowledge. Nami's crossing through mid. We juke out the bubble perfectly. We get down the charm, and it lets us go for this play. If I didn't know where Diana was, I would have been a lot more hesitant chasing. Since we knew where she was, it let me make that big play, and now I'm also going to cross through mid. Against Neeko, Evelynn's really good because whenever she does her invisibility, and then there's two of her, you know which one's which because of your charm. Obviously, it's the one that you put it on to begin with, which is the real one. That one was the clone. That was a bit trippy, but she kind of just wasted that. We crashed the wave, and now we get to path back into our Raptors and Golems. With the way Nami path, you might have thought that was weird. In higher elo, though, it's really common that when you die or whenever you base as support, you path more towards the mid lane to ward and possibly set up a roam gank. So I was watching for that and also looking to take Diana's Golems on spawn since she died and over-lingered top lane. So she started bot, I figured they'd be up. With our route that we ran back into our Raptors and Golems, into our Grunt Wolves, we should be able to hit a level 6 before 7-minute mark, which is really good timing. After Scuttle Crab, we hit a level 6 pre 6-minute 30, which is super good. We run into Diana, we have more items in her, and we are level up, so I'm not too afraid of the scrap. I have my bot lane backing me up as well, so even if they both flashed on me, I could R away, something of that nature. I R right as Neeko stun's going off, so I dodge the stun, get my charm slow on her, and she is a goner. After picking up their mid laner and jungler, we're going to swing by Dragon to grab that real quick. Taric's with us. We can take it pretty quick and safely since they were dead. And at this point, Neeko should be getting back to lane, so we wait for her. We only have to wait 5 or 6 seconds for the Ahri, drop the charm, walk into her, and as she comes out of invisibility, we know which one's which. We land the full charm, pick up the kill. At this point, if I wasn't level 6, I would 100% help Ahri push. Even though I am level 6, I still stayed to help her push so she can get turret plates much faster because she had some minions still. So really, either way, unless your teammate really wants to do a freeze because the enemy has teleport or they can get back to lane fast, unless your teammate really wants to freeze, you should really always help them push after a successful gank. And if they want to freeze, they'll ping you off the wave. And if your teammate is freaking out, hard pinging you, you do need to leave because they might AFK because some people are just really bad. I started pathing top after 2 camps. That didn't pan out though, so I just ran mid instead. Right as Neeko's getting back to lane, I land my slow on her before she goes invisible. Ahri lands a beautiful charm, which sets up my charm, and it is another kill. This is a big reason why you don't see a lot of Neeko mid. She's pretty gankable, especially if you have some way of hard CCing her or revealing her, or isolating her. So even if it wasn't my charm, if you were to hit her with a hard CC like a stun, then it'd be pretty easy to get her after because she comes out of the invisibility. Diana's playing a little bit far forward. I could definitely kill her on my own. I am sitting on a lot of gold though. Not really looking for anything too crazy right now. I don't really want to back with my R. I feel like that's a huge mistake. If you're going to play a massive level 6 jungler like 𝐒𝐿𝐿, Evelynn, Fiddlesticks, you don't really want to back with R. Karthus is one of the exceptions because he can R from anywhere on the map. But yeah, I don't want to back. I want to actually use my R in a gank, in a fight, anything. If you do have enough gold for like a full item, it can be iffy, but still, I am stronger than anyone on the map, really. If I had to solo Nico or Diana, I could. So by me not backing, it's not the end of the world. I can keep getting Dark Seal stacks, things like that. On repeat, we're going to keep coming back mid for the easy setups. We land the slow, we pinch off R right before her stun goes off. It's really, really hard for Nico to actually hit you with her R. It has such a long prep time. Unless she snares you right as her R is about to end, there's really no way for her to do it. And if she waits that long to snare you, then she'll probably be dead by then. So really, really hard matchup for Nico. And picking things like Nico's kind of troll. She's just a bad champ. Says same thing like picking a Mumu or Shyvana. It's just a bad champ. Needs a buff, needs a rework, something. Diana's doing crazy stuff mid. We walk in with the charm. We get down our Q because she turned around. She shouldn't have. I think she was freaking out. She thought we were going to run her down. I don't know if we really could have. She shouldn't have turned around. Another thing you can do when you're running Lucidity, since you do have that extra bit of ability haste, is you don't have to go for Ultimate Hunter. You can go for Relentless Hunter instead, which is the extra movement speed. I've actually started to do that instead in general. I've been liking Relentless Hunter more and more and more in higher elo than Ultimate Hunter. I find for anything diamond or lower, Ultimate Hunter is the best because you don't want to over gank low mid elo because a lot of times your laners don't react to ganks and it just puts you behind. So Ultimate Hunter for the scaling is better, but higher elo people generally react to ganks better. They're more reliable, so being around the map is more important. I've been going a lot more Relentless Hunter because of that reason, and more Lucidity boots. Since they're cheaper, you can get them sooner, and it kind of compensates for not having Ultimate Hunter because it keeps your ultimate on a lower cooldown as well. My R is still on cooldown, but I'm pretty fed. I go in for a Rocket Belt Q Blue Smite. I don't quite pick up the kill. If I got my charm down, that wouldn't actually give me any extra damage. I didn't have time to full proc it. We set up a nice little fight on the Nami, and 𝐸 drops an awesome stun. I go in for the flash Qs onto the 𝐒𝐿 just to finish it off, pinch this situation. I don't want anyone to teleport or for the whole enemy team to collapse. Diana's overextended into the river, definitely shouldn't have been there. Ahri's waiting on it, she lands the charm into Q. 𝐸's there to back it up. This is by far the best Riot player I've ever seen. I don't know if he's actually a Riot employee, but I haven't lost a game with his Taric, I don't think. He's really, really good. He's pretty easy to win with. I've had him on my team twice, and I had him in lobby probably 3 or 4 other times, but our team was really bad, so I think that someone on our team, well, me, I was dodging most of those, but someone on my team was also dodging because I didn't dodge one of them. But yep, Rocket Belt into 𝐒𝐿, 𝐸 followed up. I don't think his stun actually went off there, but it's just nice to have him there just in case. 𝐸 is one of the best supports in the game right now, I'd say, at a higher level, because he knows how to land his stuff, knows how to use his abilities, or at least I should say in team fight comp type comps, he's really, really good because of his R. He has got one of the best 5v5 Rs in the game. I figured she'd be hiding in the bush. They often do. When people are trying to be sneaky and avoid an Evelynn, oftentimes they'll hide in that bush instead of running up to their turret. I got really low, had to back out because I can only do so much damage. This is the truth, and I didn't get full charm proc, and she's full health, and she's slippery, so can't pick up the kill. A lot of times on Evelynn, you're not able to land a full charm proc because you either don't have vision of them or they're a fast, slippery champ. Most of the time on Evelynn in ganks, you will be doing full Ws, but most of the time in 1 versus 1s, you won't be, I'd say, because you just don't have time to. And especially against people like Shen, against global weird stuff like Shen, oftentimes I won't R the person I'm going for because it gives Shen more time to react and for the person to start spam pinging. It's almost like a Rengar R. People can see it coming and they can react accordingly. Then we bot lane super far behind, so I'm trying to keep them pinched, keeping them fly trapped. I'm not letting them step up to their previous turret or to the minion wave. Whenever they do, I'm going to come in with my Rocket Belt, 𝐒𝐿, and take them out. Once again, still not going in for full charms because I don't need to. Charm doesn't actually give you any damage against champions. It's only against monsters. So yeah, it's most important to land a full charm in a gank so you have extra time to kill, or if it's like a team fight and you're putting it on a tank, because it does shred max % magic resist. I think it goes up to 40%. It's like 45%. It gets really high. So if their tank or a bruiser gets in on your back line, if you can get your charm down soon enough, land a full charm proc, they die. Here I'm just backing up my bot lane. If the enemies do a heavy collapse, I'm giving vision, or if I see a straggler, I can pick it. So I was waiting for Nico here. She tosses her clone into the bush. It's really annoying, but at least it's on cooldown. We also got that information. 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐋𝐒's top side. I am kind of surprised the enemy team didn't want to surrender. I really don't think they outscale us that hard. Like, obviously, when everyone's full items, 𝐒𝐿𝐿 are going to be completely useless. But I guess in a weird way they do outscale us. But at this elo, it'd be really hard to come back from this deficit, especially against Messiah champ. Because if I don't die, they just can't win. That's why I'm positioning accordingly. I'm not going in for anything too crazy. I often I try to keep my des below 2. You can't always do that, but if you're ahead, you can. We go in for the charm, Rocket Belt, QE. Rocket Belt also gives you movement speed after you use it when moving towards enemy champ, so it's really easy to stay on top of them. AD carries can't play the game. Basically, she needs her jungler to match her, or she needs her support to stand on top of her head, otherwise I'll just kill her. Going for the charm on Nico, my flash is up, I land the 𝐒𝐿𝐿𝐿 stun, and my charm, whip out the R. Nico burned her flash and still died. Really fun playing with Tark. I really enjoy it. I used to play a lot as Tark and Yi. I used to do a lot of funneling in previous seasons. And yeah, I have an appreciation for Tark. I think he's a cool champ. I've even jungled him, played him top. One of the cooler champs in the game for sure. You'll see that every single time we get a kill, or I'd say map pressure. Whenever we take severe map pressure, either by taking a kill or otherwise, we always take an objective. So we've taken multiple dragons after getting kills. Now at this point, we got the Nico, so we're pushing straight into Herald. And look where our minions are. Our minions are kind of shoved up mid, kind of shoved up bot, kind of shoved up top. So it's pretty safe. Apparently someone on the enemy team is being toxic. It's probably the Diana. She has L9 in her name. It just, a lot of times when a team's losing, people are just toxic. It's the way it is. It's generally 2 to 3 players on the team. That's why whenever you're losing, especially, you need to mute all. For me, if I'm playing in any elo lower than D1, I mute all at the start of the game. Or if anyone is being obnoxious with typing or pinging, I'll mute them, both pings in chat immediately. Because if someone's being really annoying at the start of the game, they don't just randomly stop being annoying. They generally keep doing it because they're trying to kind of have power, because they don't have power in the game, so they're just like trying to annoy you and tell you what to do and stuff, because that's all they can do in that situation. It's generally why when you're playing bad, you're more toxic. If you've ever been toxic before, it's usually when you're not playing well, or if you don't think you're playing well enough to carry. That's a big reason why playing one champ or only playing on your main champion or two is really important, because it gives you that extra confident boost to know that you can carry, and you'll find yourself typing a lot less, and you'll be more focused on what you can do to actually win the game. 𝐒𝐿𝐿 overextend, we get the charm slow on him. We don't go in for the full proc because he was just so deep. We just want to finish him off with our teammates. We land a Q proc on the real Nico and the charm 𝐒𝐿𝐿𝐿 stun. I don't know why, but there's a lot more 𝐒𝐿𝐿. I assume it's because of pro play. Whenever you see a garbage champion played in solo queue, it's always because they're playing it in pro play. At least on NA, there's a ridiculous amount of really bad 𝐒𝐿𝐿𝐿. I'm not saying this 𝐒𝐿𝐿 is bad. I'm just saying there's like a lot of bad 𝐒𝐿𝐿𝐿 right now. 𝐒𝐿𝐿𝐿, I want him to bump me over, so I'm pinging the plant and I say launch me in. That way I don't have to be visible. I'm still invisible, they don't know I'm here. So I run up, I get behind the Kai'Sa, charm, blue smite. We get it off. I don't get to R, unfortunately, because of the Nami stun. I R a little bit prematurely there. I probably didn't even need to. I just didn't want to blow my shutdown and my stacks. That's literally the only way they win. We get off our QE, get the 𝐒𝐿𝐿, and they're still not surrendering. There's probably one person on their team. I like the loss mitigated for AFK, but I also don't like it. At least on NA, people don't surrender that much anymore, even when they like know they can't win, because they're hoping someone on their team AFKs. That way they'll lose less LP. So it's dumb. People don't surrender even when they know they can't win, because they're hoping that someone's dumb enough to AFK so they lose a little bit less LP. Just the way it is. It's really dumb, but we take the win. We say GG. Even if you want to be salty and say that was easy, please surrender next time. Don't do it. You got to be the bigger person. It's better for your mental, plus the people on the enemy team will resent you in future matches. Remember the key points: ganking your easiest lane repeatedly, build those stacks, win the game, take objectives. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is KingStix. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.
Listen.